Okay, we are at station number 8. Using the device provided, that would be that ruler there, measure a tile on the floor, measure a brick on the wall, determine the area of the floor of this room, determine the volume of this room. This one caused the most consternation between the students because this one required the most math in order to complete it. The tile on the floor is approximately 31 centimeters across, and these tiles are square. They are exactly 1 foot square. It helps the contractor know how big the building was when they lay out all the tile. So, on our paper, we're measuring this in, and this comes in at 31 centimeters by 31 centimeters. The brick, I wanted to know the distance from point to point on the brick, so I have a point there, and I have a point there. And believe it or not, from halfway in the mortar, and I did fudge that a little bit because I wanted to try and get an accurate measure of the wall, it is approximately 20 centimeters from edge to edge on a brick. So we needed to know that piece of information. 20 centimeters. All right, now to determine the area of the room, area is length times width. Okay, let me see if I can do this. We needed to know the following. Times 31 centimeters times 31 centimeters. We needed to know how many tiles went from this door across the floor to that wall right over there. There are indeed 30 tiles approximately on the floor. There's a couple of halves, and it depends on if you measure it to the wall there by the eye wash and shower, or if you measure it to the wall where the fire extinguisher is hanging. I measured it to the wall where just behind the eye wash and shower, because that's just 2 little alcoves in the wall, and the rest of the wall continues pretty straight along that line. Then we needed to measure, let's get this out of the way here, my handy dandy dumpster, rolly dumpster's there, but from this wall along the floor all the way across to that wall over there, I will tell you that there are 45 tiles across the floor to that wall over there. So now we can use this and we can figure out how many centimeters it is across the floor. Okay, so 30 times 31 is 930 centimeters. 930 centimeters, or 9.3 meters. That's the beauty of the metric system. Going the other way, 45 times 31, it is 1,395 centimeters, or almost 14 meters the other way. So now, very easy to do the computation. Let me pull out my handy dandy stool here so I can sit down, hold you while I do the computation. Area, remember, is length times width. So we are going to take these two numbers and we are going to multiply them together. So 1395 times 930 gives us a total of 1,297,350 centimeters squared. 1,297,350. Very important we put the units. Several people did not, and I marked it wrong. Squared. Where did the square come from? It came from the length times the width. 2 dimensions. There we go. Now we wanted to know, using this number, can we calculate the cubic volume of this room in centimeters? Well, we need to know the floor to ceiling distance. Well, we measured 20 centimeters across a brick. All right, let's count some bricks. Starting at the bottom, behind the molding, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and at the top there's a half a brick, so we're going to call that 13.5. So floor to ceiling, we've got 13.5 times 20. Let's clear our calculator. 20 times 13.5 equals 270 centimeters, or 2.7 meters. Okay, cubic meters, here we go. I'm going to take this number, multiply it times this number, and it's going to give me the volume of this room in cubic centimeters. 270 times 1,297,350 is, dun dun dun, drum roll please, here we go, 350,284,500 centimeters cubed. If you think of a cubic centimeter as approximately the size of a cube of sugar, we could place 350 million cubes of sugar in this room. Or let's put it in another way. Most young people out in the rural areas where I live, some of them get a little dirt bike when they're in their, about 8 or 9 years old. That little dirt bike is powered by an engine of about 25 to 50 cubic centimeters. This room, this entire room from ceiling to floor and wall to wall is 350 million cubic centimeters. All right, now the bonus question, extra credit. What's the volume of the room to the nearest cubic meter? Well, a cubic meter is a cube that's 100 centimeters by 100 centimeters by 100 centimeters. Height, length, width. Or length, width, height. Or width, height, length. Doesn't matter. You would need to know what the volume of a cubic meter is. Okay, so cube. We would need to know what is the volume of that cube in centimeters. Then you would take that and divide it into that, and you would get that. If you know how to do math magic, you know that 1 times 1 times 1 is 1, and there are 6 zeros there. And that is where I'm going to stop. And I want to thank everybody for watching the first 4 parts of this lab number 1. And we're going to have another lab next week, and it will be online next weekend. Thanks for watching.